In this set of slides, in this next 10 minutes probably, I want to talk a little bit about how the funds raised, the online funds account, and other aspects of funds within the VCAhha platform are managed, how it provides transparency, accountability, and how the individuals as well as the groups and organisations benefit. First of all, there is what we call the Aggregated Fund. The Aggregated Fund holds all payments, all contributions. This Aggregated Fund is held at Tier 1 banks, and in Australia it's the National Australia Bank. This fund is aggregated. That means all of the different contributions to and all of the different payments are all pulled together into one large fund. So just as in Australia, we all pay superannuation contributions. All of those superannuation contributions are pooled together to earn interest and investment for our superannuations. This is exactly the same. The aggregated fund is split up into your online funds account. This is your online purse, your online wallet, and is covered off in a separate presentation as we talked about earlier. It includes, the aggregated fund includes the funds raised, and together all of those transactions are tracked, and all of those funds are sitting at Tier 1 banks. From your online funds account, you can get any money due back to you from the platform. You just log in, you enter your bank account details, and the funds are released back to your bank account. All contributions made to fundraising campaigns, they're all released back to the organisation's bank account at the due date. The funds raised are tagged for the specific purpose for which you raised the funds. Now, the money in the online funds account and the funds raised together, they are aggregated and they are earning compounding interest. That compounding interest goes back to the organisations based on which organisations you are connected with. As we talked about in detail around the online funds account, you're using your online funds account to make contributions, pay any cash prizes you want, to cover texting costs, and if you're a business, to cover advertising. We'll talk about the specific use of the online funds account in a separate presentation. What we're talking about here is the funds sitting in an aggregated fund. Those funds are all tagged, they're all fully itemized, they're all fully transparent. They're aggregated, they're earning compounding interest. The compounding interest is going back to the groups and organisations that you are connected with. The funds raised goes back to the groups and organisations tagged for the purpose with which the funds were raised, and you can get your money out of the online funds account at any time. This diagram I shall leave with you to look at, but fundamentally what it says is You've got individuals, groups, organisations and businesses. They put payments into their online funds account via a series of mechanisms that sit in the aggregated fund at the National Australia Bank in Australia. The interest earned is going back to the groups and the organisations, and you can withdraw your funds to your bank account. The second box on the left is your contributions for fundraising, and again they go through the aggregated fund back to the organisation's bank account. And the different payment mechanisms there are listed. Yeah, net sizing, for anybody who's not aware, is mobile phone payments. Now, what we provide is a method for integration of different payment methods. So some organisations are geared to take up payment by a whole range of methods, many are not. So whatever method of payment you are electing to use to contribute to your fundraising campaign, to your grassroots organisation, we have tried to support as many as possible, and the numbers are extending as we go. You make a payment or a contribution, that payment is stored in pending. Once it is cleared, the payment is allocated to the respective area. So, what that means is that if the transaction does not go through, you're not losing your funds, they're staying with you. Once those funds are cleared, they go into the aggregated fund. So, how do we track all of this and how do we cover it all off? If you've contributed to a fundraising campaign, you will get an email back at the time thanking you for it. If you're the owner of a campaign, you get a daily contribution summary. And if you are the organisation associated with any campaigns, whether you own those campaigns or not, you get a daily summary of all of the contributions. You get a monthly statement for texting, for any advertising you do, and all transactions in and out of your online funds account, all contributions made, and all funds raised on your campaigns. You get a monthly invoice for any texting that you do. If you've advertised, you get an invoice for any advertising. And if you're paying the service fee, yep, you know what the service fee is, we talked about it earlier on. Good. For anybody listening, the service fee, there's a separate presentation for that. Just query service fee on YouTube. So there's a monthly invoice on the service fee for funds raised, and that's specific to the organisation. And you can query online. Now, when you contribute, it's confirmed on the screen each time you contribute or when you top up your online funds account. So there can be very little confusion as to what is happening, where, when and how. You get the emails to confirm your contribution or top up. The organisations are advised of the contributions, and any fees and charges that apply are detailed to you at the time of transaction, sent in confirming email, and appear in your statements. What I want to do is leave this presentation here because the specific questions that I see coming up around, are my funds safe, are my funds secure, all those things are covered off in separate presentations. What you need to take away from this presentation is as follows. The funds go into an aggregated account at the bank. The bank is top tier banking. By having the funds there, by having them aggregated, they earn compounding aggregated interest, and just like your superannuation, it grows in value. It grows in value here, but the interest earned is going back to the grassroots organisations based on who you are connected with. The funds sit in trust, so they are safe and secure. Does that answer your question for now? And then we'll get into the specifics of how they're safe and secure next. Great, thank you.